Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? This is Jeremy Scott with Liberty Bugle Radio and Liberty Bugle Town Hall Radio. Let's say that. How are you, my proud patriots, and of course, you beautiful humans all over the planet who may be watching us anywhere, guys? I've been thinking a lot lately about how I want to explain the idea of inflation. What does it mean? How is it caused? What goes on? Why are we getting through this? Now, I have a long background in the financial industry, in real estate, and several other things, but I realize that not everybody has the same grasp of finances or world economics and why things work the way that they work. But here's the universal thing. You guys are all feeling the pain. I don't care if you guys are, well, maybe if you're in the seven-figure bracket annually, you're probably not feeling it as much. In fact, there were people during the Great Depression who only read about it in the newspapers, who weren't affected at all. So, but for those of us, and that's me included, guys, I'm like you guys. I'm busting my ass every day to make ends meet and to take care of my family and provide for those I care about and so on. But what does it really mean? Why are you paying more for everything? What has inflation really done? And where did it come from to begin with? Everybody wants to blame it on administrations, on, Joe Biden or Donald Trump or whatever. They're going to blame it on whoever is politically expedient to hang that noose around their neck. The truth is, the real culprit is the Federal Reserve. Now, guys, do your research out there. I'm not saying take everything I'm saying for absolute truth. I'm going to link you to a couple of articles down below, but look up a couple of things. Now, I'm going to put this to rest right now. Right now, are we in a recession? Yes, we are. We're on a recession. In fact, all of the talking heads, be it left, right, middle, whatever you think it really is, the truth is we are in a recession. There's a link to the article. Don't trust me, trust Forbes. Forbes is a trusted name in financial news, right? You may not be able to trust their political slant, but you may always be able to trust what goes on when they're talking about finances and the impact of financial and monetary policy. So what you're really seeing here is that the Federal Reserve has raised what they call their Fed funds rate. So they have caused inflation by doing this, by increasing the cost of borrowing money overall by increasing their rates. That's caused mortgage-backed securities. That's caused mortgage rates to jump through the roof. If you want a good barometer for what's happening in the world as far as, what mortgage rates are going to be, look at the 10-year Treasury. Look at that, and the more the 10-year Treasury gains in percentage, the higher your mortgage rates are going to be. Let me say that one more time. The higher the 10-year Treasury rises, the more your mortgage interest rates will rise. And that's for new mortgage originations, guys, not for those of you who are on fixed rates. But if any of you are in adjustables, you'll want to pay attention. I won't get on my mortgage high horse right now. We can educate you later on that. But here's really the deal. Why does that matter? Why does the Fed rate matter? Why does the borrowing rate matter? Guys, because large companies, be it Facebook, Google, Intel, whoever it is, they borrow money for research and development, for growth, for expansion, for building new facilities. Do you think even if they have billions of dollars on their books, that they just save up all their pennies and that they're going to, save all their money before you buy your bubble gum, Jimmy? No, they're going to borrow that money because OPM, baby, other people's money is always cheaper than risking your own assets. Now, the money that they have saved goes to pay their day-to-day stuff, all of their payroll costs and all of their things that are already baked in. Big term, baked in. We can talk about that later too. But what happens is that rate goes up. The cost of money goes up. Now, if you're an investor, and this means even our Robinhood guys and even our meme stock guys, you're still investors, guys. You're just, you're retail investors, and that's great, and I love that, and I've participated as well. These are some diamond hands, baby. Anyway, I don't know if there's a copyright on that. If there is, we'll strike it. But here's what's going on. As that cost of money increases, their margins now shrink, and what that does is the overall investment picture and return on investment tends to look a little bit more scary. It tends to look a little more thin. So what happens is your tech stocks will take a massive beating, guys, from someone who has lost more money than I want to talk about. And we're talking You go, well, screw the rich people. Guys, no. This is for all of you who have 401ks, IRAs, any sort of investment or retirement accounts you may have from your employer. This affects the bottom line and affects your ability to have control over your finances moving forward. So, what is inflation? Well, the Federal Reserve has done this because they believe we needed to slow down the economy artificially. Slow down the economy. Why? When you look at an administration or leadership that currently in the White House that is less than desirable, even for those of you who voted for the guy, you look at what's happening in the country, wouldn't you think that they would want to run cover for this dude? Wouldn't you think that they would not want to make things economically hard on you guys? They're slowing down the economy because they have said in, different articles and different interviews that they are stopping the flow of cheap money chasing cheap products. I don't know about you. I haven't bought anything that cheap. The cost of borrowing was a little bit less and enabled me to make some other financial moves and those of the family. But really, overall, were you buying cheap products? Did you feel you had too much money running around? Well, their idea is to slow down the buying, to slow down the spending of you, the consumer, just you, to make it harder on you. Why? Well, they believe that stops you from buying shit. And guess what? Congratulations, guys, it does. Stops you from buying things. How that makes the economy better? You see, when you buy something from somebody, a product, they then take that money and that margin and that profit, it's not evil, guys. Profit is good. And that allows you to be able to buy your Starbucks coffee, and that allows you to buy your little iPads and your different things, even you virtue signaling lefties. It gives you the opportunity to buy goods and services, and it allows the provider of those goods and services to go out and hire anyone who will actually work these days and to grow their business. So there's nothing wrong with that, guys. A little warm in here. Had to turn on the AC so you didn't hear that. But that's what's happening. The pain that you are feeling at the grocery store or putting gas in your vehicle or any of those things, the pain that you guys are feeling has been created. This has been a created situation, guys. And it's got a little darker all of a sudden. Sorry, light balance. But what's happened is now that your cost of goods has increased exponentially. And that was all by design. Now, do your research, dig around, and see what's going on. My hope is that this too shall pass, and that things will end up a lot better off, and you out there will end up much better off as well. But I don't want you walking around not knowing where this is coming from. It's even though the pain will continue for a little while longer, you'll still at least have a basic understanding for why. And look at the certain indicators out there to be able to make your moves accordingly. I'm not saying that you're not going to still lose money occasionally and things aren't still going to be expensive for probably the foreseeable future until there's a massive change in the House and Senate come November of this year. But still, just because Republicans are in power doesn't mean anything's really going to get any better. They're going to pretend that they're going to do lots of things, as they always have. Whether they will or not, I don't know. Still remains to be seen. But I can guarantee you, the guys that print the money for the government, now, what do they want? They want that money back. And I can tell you, if you've ever lent anybody money, you want to come back and get that money when they actually have it. Now, their tax revenue, guys, is at not really an all-time high, but it's high right now. So their tax revenue is high. So what do you want to do? If you lend money to the government, you want to come and get it from them when they've got it. So this is the situation we're in, guys. The cost of borrowing has gotten higher. So the cost of all of your goods and services, everything from gas to groceries to whatever, almost said something inappropriate, but whatever you enjoy, those things have gotten more expensive, and there's a reason for it, and it's intentional. Should that piss you off? It should really piss you off. What do you do about it? I don't know. I'd like to say voting for one party or another is really going to make a difference. I don't know that it will. I know that the current course of things is untenable. That means can't continue to do it. So we have a changing of the guard. Hopefully we get people who have fiscal sanity, learn how to balance a budget. But well, we're talking about the government, right? Who balances a budget there? That's crazy. Who would ever do that? Anyway, just wanted to drop a little information on you guys. I love you all. no matter where you're from, red, blue, green, whatever your voter affiliation may be. You're beautiful human beings with the potential to achieve amazing, amazing things and impact the lives of others around you in ways you don't even yet understand. To be the best part of who you are and the best part of who we are, just keep sticking it out, guys. Communicate, love one another. Settle your differences at the ballot box, not over the dinner table. Love each other, and let's move on. Jeremy Scott, here in service of you guys, Liberty Bugle, Town Hall, and everywhere else in the world. Over and out for now. Bye-bye.